Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
RBA's leading social enterprise show. On the mic with Mike King Biz, delivering food for thought. To find out more about the dynamic host of On the Mic with Mike, please visit his website at mikekingbiz.com.
Mike King isn't a businessman, he's a businessman with his own talk show. On the Mic with Mike is the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike King here. This is part of the Mike King Biz Media Network. That is ESPN Richmond 106.157 AM. International Business Growth Radio, as well as the Hounds of Business. And you can follow me on all the social platforms. I'm Mike King Biz, on the mic with Mike as well. So now, what it is, we're talking to a good friend, new to the program, but, she's been around here. She's part of the crew. Met her through a good friend, Anna Soden, who is out there. Brooke Hall, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mike, for having me.
Alrighty, so you're new. Tell folks who you are and what you do.
Okay, so I am Brooke Hall, and I am the owner of Accent Professional Recruiting. And just real quick, what Accent does. So Accent's been in business since 1975, actually, a long time. I am the fourth owner. I have been at Accent since 2010, and then I bought the company in 2019. So just what Accent does. So we help companies find good talent, and we do it across the country. So Accent historically has been a sales recruiting firm. Sales was 95% of what we did until the pandemic. And then we pivoted a lot during the pandemic. So currently, Accent has roles, anything from sales, marketing, customer service, any sort of operational work in the construction world, project manager, superintendent, estimators. The only thing we don't do is IT, because there are people that do it better than I do, and I want to stay in my lane.
Okay, so over the course of time, you've been with the company since 2010, right?
Yes.
Learning the business, doing all the things that you do. What was it at 19 and you became an owner? You saw that opening and like, okay, let me go ahead and do this.
I did, yeah. So I never thought I was going to be a business owner ever, but the recruiting world just really spoke to me, and I was finally good at something, and I realized I was really good at, because they placed me at Xerox at my first sales role, and I was not great at that, I'll be honest. And I was an okay salesperson, but I wasn't great at selling technology. So then I joined Accent, and I was really successful at it. And the thing about recruiting is it's not rocket science, but there's an art to it. And so when it fell in my lap, I knew it was the right decision. So.
And the person who had it before you?
So there's three other people that had it. My mentor, her name was Angie Furby, and she owned it from 2001 to 2015. And then she sold me and some other people to another gentleman who was fantastic. But then he sold it to me in 2019.
Alrighty, so what's the climate now as far as jobs go?
Oh
Lord, when a person goes,
I know. Well, it's funny. We are in a candidate-driven market, which I've had one of those in the past. That means there's more jobs than candidates, right? So it's a tough climate for companies looking for employees. There's no doubt about it. The market is very tight. And so what we're seeing right now is candidates getting multiple offers, or candidates getting counter offers to stay. So it's really frustrating for people looking. And we're having to get very creative on how to recruit candidates. So gone are the days where you can just post something on a job board or post something on LinkedIn, Indeed, you get a ton of good applicants and you call them and you make an offer. Now it is really, on the recruiting side, we are having to get people's phone numbers and call them. We have to use the phone nowadays instead of just sending them a LinkedIn message. So it's really interesting. It's almost gone back to basics because people have turned off their LinkedIn notifications because they're getting, 25 different recruiters reaching out on a daily basis. So it's been interesting. It's an interesting climate.
How long has it been like this?
So I'd say since 2023, we saw it a lot, starting third and fourth quarter, and then first quarter of 2024.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just totally blown up. It is in the hands. So the candidates has all the cards.
They
now.
do, yes.
Now you've been in this game a long time.
A long time, 15 years.
When was there another time that the candidates had?
Right after the recession.
Really?
Yes. So
candidates were holding
all the cards. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so you see it's real cyclical. So, and one would think this is a great time for recruiters because companies are having a hard time finding people. But the thing is recruiters are too. The difference is that we will get people that they never will, because we are going out and cherry picking. So we're headhunting them, where most companies don't have time. They post something and hope that they're,
they get what they get.
They get what they get. So that's why people are using us in this market, because they've exhausted their network, they've exhausted their job boards, and they really need us to go pick Joe Smith from XYZ company because they want him.
So you need help. Indeed, you do.
I do. I need candidates.
How often do those commercials work?
The job?
Yes.
For us, very rarely. I mean, you will get some qualified applicants, but probably not for the role that you posted. So, we find ourselves and our clients spend hours sifting through these Indeed resumes or LinkedIn resumes to find that there's nobody there that they want. We almost call it the low-hanging fruit, if you will. Not that they're bad candidates. It's just they're not what we need. So we want the people that are not actively looking.
So let's talk about paper resumes.
Yes.
Are they still a thing?
They are still a thing. But I tell you what we do different now. So what we're doing with candidates is we get their paper resume and we turn that into a video. So it's been interesting. So when I present a candidate now to a client, they have a video, and it's like you and I talking right now. We ask them about 10 sales questions, and we send it on, and the clients love it because they can actually hear and see what this person's demeanor is like. So I still give them a paper resume, but they also get a video.
So you school them on what's going to happen? What's that process?
Well, I try not to script them because we have scripted them in the past, and it is obvious they're like reading.
Okay, hi, my name is Mike.
Exactly. So we stop doing that because it's very, very obvious. And we'll tell them in general what to prepare for.
Okay.
And especially like on a sales, if it's a sales position, we ask them a lot of situational questions, and most of them can answer it really well. But a funny story is I try not to stay on video too much. My recruiters are better at it because all of my clients are like, Brooke, you're way too, I'm like shaking my head and I'm getting, I take over.
You're up there, yes, helping.
Right, helping.
You're
I'm
coaching them up.
And that's not what our clients want to see. So my recruiters are much more skilled at doing video interviews than I am.
On the mic, Mike, Brooke Hall is here with us. Brooke, how can people reach you out there?
So best way is our website, which is Accent Recruit, ACCENT. RECRUIT.com. But also, I'm going to give you my personal email because that's the best way.
That's right.
Yep. So it's Bhall, so BHALL at Accent, ACCENT, Recruit, RECRUIT.com. And I'm going to go a step further, and they can text me on my cell phone.
Uh-oh.
Is that okay?
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, 804-814-7710. And text me, and I will get you in front of the right recruiter.
So it's two sides of Brooke Hall. One, it is for the clients.
Yes.
Now, there are companies out there starving for help.
Right.
Okay, what do they need to do to connect with Brooke Hall?
So we talk about the candidate side. So that's how they can do it. Clients, same thing. They can reach out to us and we will do a free assessment of what their needs are. Like, do you even need to work with the recruiter? If there's a client that I think that does not have the need and they can do it on their own, I will let you know. And if it's something I know I can't fill, I'm going to let you know. For example, we have a construction company now that does a lot of work in Scotts Addition. Fantastic company. People know them and want to work for them. Like, you need to be using your social media. And because right now what clients are not doing, they need to sell themselves to candidates, and that's another flip side. So we're helping clients a lot. Because I will tell you, Mike, one of our biggest competitors are our clients themselves because they're going to continue to look for help. We're not on a retained basis. So they can go hire whoever they want and so a lot of times they need to market themselves and be active on social media and show their culture. Culture is a huge thing for people nowadays. And so we're really training on the client side how to attract the top talent as well.
Brooke Hall once again on the mic with Mike. All right, ma'am. So the way that you reach you is Hall
at accentrecruit.com. Or you can text me on my cell phone, 804-814-7710. Tell me who you are, and then that you're going to be emailing me, and I will make sure you are in front of the right recruiter, or if you're a client that's looking, I'll call you personally.
business owner needs help, what's the first thing that they need to do when they talk to you? What's the conversation go like?
So they need, it's like, what have you done already to try to fill
Oh.
your roles? And so that's going to help me. I mean, if they have saturated the market and there's no way we can help, but we'll have that conversation as to what they have done already to try to attack talent.
Okay, so Brooke Hall is going to have a show here, and it is a